Israel's Security Cabinet has approved plans to expand its military offensive against Hamas in Gaza in an operation that will force Palestinians to the south of the territory. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, speaking there in Hebrew, says the population will be moved for its own protection. Israel's deadly assault is continuing across the Strip, with Gazan authorities saying dozens of Palestinians were killed and many more injured in attacks over the past 24 hours. The cabinet decision marks a significant escalation of Israel's strategy since the war with the militant group began on October the 7th, 2023. Tens of thousands of reservists are being called up, with troops to occupy positions in Gaza for an unspecified period.
We are conquering Gaza, clearing it out, and taking control of every area we enter. We are taking control of the humanitarian aid so that it does not become logistical supply for Hamas. We are separating Hamas from the civilian population and from the humanitarian aid. We will eliminate Hamas, defeat it, subdue it, and bring the hostages back. This is the only way.
Israel currently controls about half of the Gaza Strip. The movement of hundreds of thousands of Palestinians is set to worsen an already dire humanitarian crisis. Civilians are desperate for food after Israel imposed an aid blockade to pressure Hamas when fighting resumed 9 weeks ago. Much of the population is now facing imminent famine.
We're afraid of dying of starvation, the death we used to hear about. We're not afraid of dying from missiles. We're afraid that our children will die of hunger in front of us. They get dizzy and fall in front of us, and you're helpless.
There is no food, no water, and no aid reaching us. We're forced to eat stones because there is no flour, no food, no water. The kids are crying all the time from hunger. This is bird feed. It's not fit for human consumption, but we cook it to quiet the children's cries.
We're going to help the people of Gaza get some food. People are starving, and we're going to help them get some food. A lot of people are making it very, very bad. If you look, Hamas is making it impossible because they're taking everything that's brought in. But we're going to help the people of Gaza.
The US President at the White House there, not being drawn into Israel's latest military plans. The operation is not expected to be launched until after Donald Trump visits the Middle East next week. But Israel's expansion of its ground offensive and the pledge to take over aid distribution and hand it to private companies has alarmed the United Nations.
The plan that we were briefed on by the Israeli authorities looks to establish hubs through which aid would be delivered. This contravenes humanitarian principles, as this would basically shut down the existing aid delivery mechanism that already operates within the bounds of humanitarian principles. This would violate the humanitarian principles of neutrality, impartiality, and independence.
Scuffles between protesters and security forces outside the Israeli parliament in the wake of the Security Cabinet's decision. Demonstrators are demanding the government do more to end the war and bring back the remaining hostages held by Hamas.
We don't want to fight a war that only keeps Netanyahu in power. We want the hostages back. We want our soldiers back. Our kids are being sent to a purposeless war.
We know that Netanyahu does not want the hostages back, because he wants to keep his throne forever.
We all want the hostages to bring back. We want the war to stop, and we want to live in peace.